strong foundation from the ground up. Through the experiences, the ups and downs, the trials and errors of it. I'm not a simple-minded person. When I tell you that these things are happening, it didn't happen once or twice, and I'm like, oh, this is what it is, and then I come to you with it. No, I've been going through this understanding for over a year. Over a year before I came out with this for you now. To make sure that I understood it as much as I could before I told anybody about it. This is like the Earth's normal response to an infection. And it has to get the word out. The truth then, if you haven't figured it out yet, is that I'm you. See, in your mind, you have blockages to your own spirit, certain scars and shame and guilt and belief systems. It's not that your spirit isn't there, you're not allowing it to influence your mind. You're just not doing it, you're not allowing it. So, it's not going to give up, it's going to come to you through a different route. It's going to circumvent that and come at you from a different direction. So, you're hearing it from me now. I am you telling you what you will not receive from your own spirit inside of you. I am you telling you what you are not getting from yourself. And that sounds weird until you start to see for yourself. Philosophy is one thing. Functionality is another thing. The Healing Begins Now was putting the idea out there for you, philosophically, theoretically. Now, we're going to make it functional. Why is this important? Because, much like you spread the information of whatever the pathology is of your own body during a state of disease, the earth is doing now, and the spirit is doing all of that. So, why do you need to know this language? First of all, on the internet, it's mostly disinformation. Now, I know what's happening, but I'm not going to tell you, because that's giving you a fish. Life can tell you. You can ask these crucial questions. Who is running the world? Who is really doing this? Is this theory right? Is this wrong? A bird will tell you. A dog will bark in response to it. Listen, you think I'm kidding now, I know. Or that I'm somehow delusional, right? You never heard the word delusional until it was forced down your throat. Does that mean that delusions don't exist? No. They do exist. Delusions are only if you have usually with trauma, where there's strong emotional energy attached to an experience, a thought, a fear, a concept. And it's so strong, the emotion, that your mind keeps that thought in motion, that bubbles up at the surface there. And it's so traumatic to you or so emotionally activating that it's always up there. And so as you go throughout your day by day, and experience different things, and that thought's there, you start to attach it to those different things. And your brain will actually undergo what's called neuroplasticity, or it will rewire to accommodate that thought. Now you're just on autopilot. See, entities can do the same thing. Mind controls can do the same thing. They can give you a true hallucination, or show you something true. But if it's traumatic to you, you will rewire your brain, and now they just got you on autopilot. They don't even have to do that anymore. You do it for yourself. So they can create a delusion. Mind control agents are experts at creating delusions. What's going on in the internet? It's like that movie Naked Gun 2.5, where Leslie Nielsen was the umpire in that game, in the baseball game, and he was trying to keep that third out from happening, and there were already 2 outs, and the batter hit a pop-up, and the catcher was going to catch it. He didn't want that third out to happen. So he grabbed all those baseballs and threw them up in the air all at once, and now the catcher couldn't find the original ball. There was so many in the air that he didn't know which one to catch. That's what they're doing on the internet. Do you think the people that run the world don't know that that's your primary medium that you're using to try to spread the information? As if they wouldn't know that? You think they're not going to come on there as the average Joe? Some agent doesn't know how to make a YouTube account? They come on there looking like the average Joe, telling you what you need to know? What am I supposed to do? pick apart each disinformation agent? Oh my God, there's so many of them. That's useless. That would be going backwards. And the Spirit, that's what it's saying. That is the wrong way to go about it. Rather, teach them how to find the truth. See, the benefit of knowing this language and communicating with life again is that people can't lie to you. You'll know what I mean. Once you're able to land your fingers down on that chord, you'll know what I mean. Can't lie to you. And life will confirm it. If you have a serious thought that's important for you to direct your path, be mindful of that thought. Did a dog suddenly start barking in your neighborhood? And then you'll think to yourself, was that in response to me? Roof! Are you really responding to me? Roof! You know, what you're going to find is probably what happened to me. I tried to disprove it so much that finally the messages I got, like from people through their dual meaning, was, look, either you're going to figure it out or you're not. How long is this going to take you? You're freaking paranoid. Because I wouldn't believe it. I thought I was, dreaming all of you up. I thought, this can't be. And finally there were certain people, through their ego, the larger mind said to me, how long is this going to take you to realize this is really happening? And it's normal, and this is how life communicates. Either you're going to figure it out or forget it, was basically what I got. I'm like, all right. So I went with it. I mean, I'm serious, man. You can talk to animals. I got to know my cat because of this. My cat can read my mind. And even my cat was, after a while, stopped responding to that. He's like, same type of response in the way that we talk. Look, are you stupid? I'm showing you that I can read your mind. It's not hard. We all do this, that type of thing. I'm serious, people. And it worked out. Smack your tail once for yes and twice for no. And I didn't even have to speak out loud. I don't have to speak out loud. He can read my mind. And I learned a lot about my cat. He let me know through yes and no answers. I would kind of, in psychic communication, I would know what questions to ask based upon reading his mind, or sensing how to ask the right question to communicate. You'll know when it happens for you. The way he explained it to me was this. He can read my mind. He knows some of my words. But that's not what he's responding to. He's responding to the intent. It's clearer for him if I think in pictures or just concepts without words. It's more effective. Sometimes the larger mind speaks through him and he knows it. So they're fully aware. They're way more advanced than I am. I mean, animals a lot of them are just really in tune with this, okay? And he said also that his brain is not like mine. He has think of it like an Alzheimer's patient. He doesn't remember, if I say, remember last week when we had this specific conversation about this and this, Cosmo was like, no, I can't. I can't remember those details. I do have memories that are important to me, but details here and there, I'll forget. In 1 hour, I'll forget specific details like that. My brain can't do that like your brain. He recognizes that my brain has more memory. So animals are in the moment. And Cosmo's very aware of the entities around me, and that the Spirit is working through me and guiding me through this, and that this is happening on the planet. He's fully aware of it. And it's not just Cosmo. I've talked to spiders a few times. A spider came on my bed. 2 years ago, I would have squashed it, but now I looked at him and I said, I'm fully aware that we're both components.